The hammer down technique sounds quite nice used in the blues scale. The opposite of this technique is a snap off, or we call them pull offs, when two notes of different pitches are tied together with the first note is higher in pitch. Play only the first note with the pick. When the string is still ringing, snap off the fretting left hand finger making the second note sound. Don't play the second note with the pick. The left hand alone produces a sound. With the snap off, the lower note must be fretted when you play the upper note. I don't know why you'd teach this as a separate technique. Let me just get a plectrum. I can't understand why you would do that. There's no real advantage. There's no advantage to be had from teaching a pull off with opposed to a hammer on. Now in previous lesson we had a hammer down or a hammer on, which if you remember was this. Or whatever it was. On this one, if we're looking at the fifth, I'm only going to look at the frets this time. 5th fret to 3rd fret, so 3rd finger's on 5th fret. So, but really they go together. Hammer on, a pull off. And really they say to go to the side, but really it's a scrape sideways and upwards. So that's how to do it. So let's have a look at. Let's have a look further down. Here's the last. Whoop, just zoom out. Here's the last solo. Oh, there you go. Here's the last solo using both the hammer down and the snap off techniques. So for that we'll call hammer on and pull off. When you finger the 3rd fret with the 1st finger going up the scale, fret the top 3 strings with a small bar. This prepares the fingering for the top of the scale and allows you to play somewhat faster. Right, okay. Well, I'm going to put a little pause there because the battery's gone on the video. So I'm going to come back in a second and we'll continue. Hi, okay. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit convoluted, so we'll do it chord by chord and then we should be okay. Alright, so let's get to it. Right, so we're going to be hammering on 1 and 4, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 4. I'm talking about my fingers here. Now this one will play. This one will play, and then yeah. So let's look at the hammer-ons. Hammer on. And pull off. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Right. Shove that back a little bit, get more in the shot. Right, so 3, 6. I'm gonna call out the fingerings here because the frets you can see. So that's the first bit. So G chord. And the C7 is, those are all 4 hammer-ons, okay, and then we've got play 3, pull off, okay. Now that's a little bit difficult because that one's playing. Okay, 3-5, 3-5, 3-5, 3-6, play 3, pull off 6-3. Then pull off 6-3 on the next string, pull off 5-3 on the next string. I would hammer that, or play it. Being lazy, if you watch this hand, or either will work. Okay, let's do that C chord again. Hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, play, pull off, pull off, pull off. Hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, play, pull off, pull off. Play, pull off, pull off, pull off, play. Okay, 5th fret. Now we're up to the G chord again. It's hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, play, pull off, play. Right. Break that down a bit. 3-6, 3-5, 3-6, 3-6, play, pull off, play. Then we're on to the D, which is play 5, hammer on, play, hammer on. Ooh, now we're getting to it. So 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Crow, that's not so easy. 5, hammer on, play, pull off. Play, pull off. That's your D chord. Okay, the C chord is 3-5, 3-5, 3-5. Right, 3-5, 3-5, 3-5, 3. But it's play here, play here. Still 3-5, but 3rd fret on this string, 5th fret on this string. And then we're going to start here. Play, pull off. Play, hammer on, play, pull off, play. That's over the G. That's bar 11, and then we're on to bar 12, which is 5. Okay, so even if you don't play all those pieces together, the individual sections are worth doing because it gives you a nice you begin to fiddle with it. Now I don't remember years ago getting all the way through that. I remember thinking, okay, well that's a hammer-on exercise and I'll just bash my fingers. One thing I would suggest that you do is out of that, take it that there's a hammer-on and a pull-off. That's swapping strings. Okay, and the same with the 1-3s. So practice those. I would see that really as an introduction to hammering on and pulling off, or what they call it, hammer down and snapping off. So don't worry about the fluency through it, because it is an exercise, and one of the things this guy doesn't seem to give you latitude, it's got to be right. And I remember for months I couldn't do a particular riff. When you come back, you'll probably either But you'll definitely be a better player, and you might still not be able to play that initial exercise, and that doesn't matter, because I know I still struggle with. So I've still. You can call it a mental block, you can call it something that's not that interesting, but I'd really rather, you know. The end result is that you can play better. That's the thing you got to hold on to. You can make as many mistakes as you like in practice. It really doesn't matter. One thing I will say though is that you do get the technique down. I remember spending hours in front of the TV just doing this. Hammer on, pull off, hammer on, pull off. Till my dad sent me out of the room, you know. Just go away with that, he would say, with colourful language. Or I'd just be in the bedroom doing that, listening to Buddy Guy and just playing along in the wrong key, just pulling off just for bar after bar, because the muscles have got to get stronger too. So there's a mind connection. You've got to think it right. Okay, I've got to get the finger in, I've got to get the picking technique right. There's a lot of thinking. So take your time. Take your time. See that exercise as an exercise in hammering off and pulling off, hammering on and pulling off. Okay, well I hope that helps. Like I said, I put an incredible amount of hours in. Doesn't seem like it, does it? I guess if you listen to me play, but it does take time to get that control. So let it come. All right, see you later. Hope that helps. Bye.